I've seen Banchero in person twice this season, on opening night in New York at the State Farm Champions Classic, and then just recently in Las Vegas versus Gonzaga. He was terrific in both games. The main thing for me that gives Banchero an edge over Jabari Smith and Chet Holmgren is his ability to create offense on his own. Don't get me wrong, he has a well-rounded game, but his ability to get buckets is something teams can build around. I envision Banchero being a big-time scorer in the NBA. I recently watched Jabari Smith in Tampa, Florida, when Auburn played South Florida. He didn't even have a great game, but he showed his talent, and I was blown away. He does just about everything I'd want from a versatile stretch four. He shoots the ball extremely well with range. He's teased with his ability to score on three levels, and I think he has the potential to become an elite switchable defender. From an upside standpoint, Jabari Smith might have the highest ceiling of any prospect this year. That game was unbelievable. I feel lucky to have been in the building. From a scouting standpoint, it was almost overwhelming because between the two teams, there were so many NBA prospects. However, one player that really stood out was Wendell Moore Jr. from Duke. I've watched Moore since he was in high school, and he's just gotten so much better. I initially thought he was just a tough, slashing type of player. In that game in Las Vegas, he showed so much more versatility than he has in the past. He actually showed some point guard skills, which surprised me. It was also very clear that he is the leader of that team. I have a lot of confidence in Moore right now. We decided to include him on our most updated big board as a second-round pick. Duke's sophomore center Mark Williams made a major impact in that game too. He's so big and really uses his length to be a great defensive anchor and finish around the rim. He's trending up in my book for sure. I also thought Gonzaga's point guard Andrew Nembhard showed well. He isn't the quickest player, but he has good size and is just a solid floor general. I think he's improved quite a bit too. I'm very high on Kendall Brown. He has positional size, and he's about as good of an athlete as I've ever seen. He's already producing at a high level as a freshman for a very good Baylor team. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy who's going to create a ton of offense on his own, but his elite athleticism and motor allow him to make plays all over the court. Uh, there are a lot of talented freshmen. Of course, there's the players that we expected to be near the top of the draft, like Banchero and Smith, Holmgren, and Duran. But a few guys that have really caught my attention early on have been Musa Diabate from Michigan, Max Christie from Michigan State, Matthew Cleveland from Florida State, and Bryce McGowens from Nebraska. Uh, Coincidentally, the two names that come to mind first are both from the Big Ten: Jaden Ivey from Purdue and Keegan Murray from Iowa. Ivey is a dynamic guard who is so athletic. He's a hawk on the ball defensively and is constantly attacking the rim with the ball in his hands. He's really improved as a playmaker too. He's really an exciting player. Keep an eye out for his highlights. As for Keegan Murray, he doesn't do one thing that blows you away, as his game is pretty simple. He's a stretch four who has a nonstop motor. The guy just makes things happen all game long by playing smart and hard. He's having an incredible season so far for the Hawkeyes. He's averaging over 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal per game. At this point, I have a hard time envisioning him slipping too far in the draft, as I think just about any team could use him. I was actually planning to see both of these players in person later this week when their teams play each other Friday night at Purdue. But I couldn't fit it into my schedule, unfortunately. I need to lock in a couple of dates so I can see both of them sometime soon. My schedule really came together nicely this season. I've seen most of the real high priority prospects by the new year. I'd say the area where I feel least confident at the moment is with international prospects. I'm heading out to Europe for a couple of weeks in January, though, so I'll have an opportunity to see a lot of the top guys then. There are also some prospects playing in Australia whose league is just getting going right now. I likely won't be traveling there this season, and I don't even know if I could if I wanted to, but it will be nice to get some fresh film to watch and get caught up on those prospects. I think the G League Ignite players, Dyson Daniels, Marjon Beauchamp, and Michael Foster are all doing a nice job. Jaden Hardy hasn't been playing as well as I had hoped he would, but I think it's just a matter of time for him to work through the kinks and become more comfortable. Also, Scoot Henderson has been incredible since he came back from an injury. He's not draft eligible this year, but next year, watch out. He's coming. I'm also planning to go to Atlanta in the next couple of weeks to see Gene Montero and the rest of the players with Overtime Elite. I actually worked for Overtime Elite as a scouting advisor for about 6 months, helped get their scouting operations in order and their initial group of players set. So in addition to seeing Montero and the rest of the players there, I'm looking forward to seeing all my former coworkers and the brand new arena too.